In our today's class, we are going to begin with the fourth chapter, compensation. Okay, so compensation is also known as your compensation management, wage and salary administration, remuneration management, and reward management. Okay, so there are many names for your compensation. So let's see the meaning of compensation. It is the process of providing adequate, equitable, and fair remuneration to the employees for rendering the services. See, if anybody is working in the organization, okay, so it might be financial activity or maybe non-financial activity, okay, at the end of the day they are going to receive something, okay, so that is what your compensation. So it might be the salary, it might be the wages, it might be bonus or anything, incentives and all, okay. Say for example, now I am working in this college, okay, as a guest faculty. Now when I am rendering my service, okay, so I'm teaching you people HRM. So at the end of the month, what I'm going to receive, I'm receiving my salary. Okay, so that is what compensation. So compensation, it is another function of your human resource management. Okay, just like your planning, training, recruitment, selection, and all, compensation is another function. So here, how you are going to manage the reward that you are giving to the employees, that involves your compensation management. Okay, so the meaning of compensation, it was asked for 2 marks for previous years. Okay, then next one is types of compensation. So generally there are two types of compensation. One is your monetary, okay, so incentives given to the employees in the form of money. So they are salary, wages, bonus, commission, okay, so it can be expressed in the terms of money. Then next one is your non-monetary compensation. So these are the benefits given to the employees of the organization to increase the job performance, employee loyalty towards organization. Okay, so here it cannot be seen. For example, recognition. Okay, that is recognizing the employee among the group. Maybe he has done something extra, or maybe he has achieved something. At that time, giving them praise. Okay, then workers' participation. That is taking the workers to participate in the management. Then job security. Okay, job security means what? See, if the employee is having the fear of getting removed from the job, at that time he won't be able to work efficiently. Okay, take for example in our college. Okay, suppose if I am working in this college. Now if I'll be having a constant fear of removing, okay, that is I'll be removed tomorrow, at that time I cannot give my best. Okay, so job security means what the college will say, okay, so you can stay here for a longer period. That is what job security. In the same way in the organization also, okay, suppose if the employees are told your job is secure over here, okay, you will be getting promotion, at that time that is the employees will be satisfied to work in the organization. So those are your non-monetary benefits or compensation. Then your monetary compensation can be classified into two types. First one is primary. Okay, primary means what? Basic. Okay, so it is the basic in the form of salary or wages. Then comes your incentive compensation. See, there are various incentive plans, okay, which we are going to study in this particular chapter. So incentive plans, these offer an attraction of extra payment for efficiency or more production. Okay, see, there will be standard output. Okay, say there will be standard output 20 units, okay, per hour. At that time, incentive means what? Suppose if you produce 22 units, at that time you are going to receive something extra. Okay, that is what incentive. So the main objective of your incentive compensation, it is to increase the production. Okay, so it may be provided in the form of bonus or commission. See, in the companies and all, if you increase or if you make more sales, okay, at that time the sales agent will be given the commission. Okay, so that is what your incentive compensation. Okay, and this incentive meaning, it is asked every year in your examination. Okay, so every year they are asking for 2 marks, so kindly don't ignore it. Okay, then next one, what we'll see the factors affecting compensation, okay, or factors affecting wage and salary levels. So it was asked for 5 marks. Okay, so first one is your labor market. Okay, so in your labor market, the demand and supply for your labor plays a critical role. Okay, say for example, now management, your engineering students, okay, so the output or the supply of these people are lot. Okay, that's why we can see in the today's scenario that many engineers are working for minimum level. Okay, maybe for 10,000 or 15,000. Why? Because the demand or the supply is more, demand is less. Okay, so that's why companies are hiring them. So whatever the company is paying them, they are going to receive that only. Okay, so that is your labor market. Now, in suppose if there are certain fields, okay, where there are less number of people who are getting selected, okay, or maybe there are only few, say one or two. At that time what happens, the pay which will be given to them will be greater because of the supply, okay. Supply is less whereas the demand will be more. Then comes your trade unions, okay. So here they regulate the supply side of the labor, okay. So in the organization there are various active members who are working, okay. So sometimes these trade unions, they pressure the management for providing better work facilities, better wages or service conditions, okay. So at the times they do strikes, lockouts also, okay. So whenever they do strike and lockouts because of giving minimum salary and all, at that time it affects your compensation, okay. Then next one is your cost of living, okay. See, the cost of living, it differs from one city to another city or from one place to another, okay. Suppose in Sirsi, if you are receiving 15,000, the value of that 15,000 is completely different compared to Bangalore, okay, because the cost of living in Bangalore is high, okay. So every year there is a rise of inflation rate, okay. So that's why you have to revise the compensation policy in the company, okay. So what happens, the consumer price index, okay. So here the company, what the company does is, in order to revise, in order to give the benefit to the employees, it revises its compensation, okay. That is, it does not change the basic pay, okay, but it changes the DA, okay, that is your dearness allowance. So it is adjusted as per the inflation, say 10%, 6% and all, okay. So it also gives city compensatory allowances in order to meet the increased cost of living and parity among employees posted at different geographical areas, okay. Then next one is prevailing wage level or prevailing wage rate, okay. So most of the organizations fix their pay in keeping with the level for similar jobs in the industry, okay. That is, it will be followed in each and every industry. Now all the IT group employees will come under your IT labor market, okay. Then the FMCG group of employees will come under your FMCG labor market, okay. That is what, now all the lecturers who are there, they will come under your lecture labor market. That is, there will be a common rate which is prevailing in the market. Suppose if you are giving more than the prevailing rate, at that time it will be a cost for your organization, okay. Now suppose if you are paying less, at that time nobody will be willing to work for your company, okay. That is another factor. Then the next one is your ability to pay, okay. So the level of compensation being paid to the employees depends to a large extent on paying ability of the organization, okay. Now suppose if the organization is big and prosperous, okay, at that time the employee will receive more. Say for example, if somebody is working in TCS and all, okay, their salary or the compensation given to them or the benefits given to them, extra benefits, it will be more, okay. Whereas if the company is small and all, the benefits given to the employees will be less, okay. Then next one is your job requirement. See, a job which requires more skills, more competence, compensation for that will be more compared to others, okay. Now for example, if it is a job of a chartered accountant, at that time the salary will be more. It will not be 10,000, 5,000 and all, it will be more, okay. Why? Because the requirement is more, okay. Even we know that it is not easy to be a chartered accountant or maybe a company secretary or CMA, okay. So it's not easy, okay. So what is the job requirement, okay, whether the skills required are more, okay, whether the time, efforts, responsibility, that if it is more, at that time the salary which will be paid will be more, okay. On the other hand, if the job requirements are less, the pay will be lesser, okay. Then increment system, okay. So increment system, what is the increment system you are following in the organization, okay. Whether you are giving bonus or whether you are giving commission, how you are going to pay, that also affects your salary, okay. Sorry, I have skipped one point, that is your government regulation. See, government plays a vital role in fixing the basic level of salary for the employees, okay. So from time to time the government has made various laws, okay. So it might be at the state level or it might be at the central level, okay. So it is expected of every organization to keep various laws, okay. So there are various laws, say your Payment of Wages Act 1936, okay. So what does it say? It says that you are paid with right and fair wages, okay. Then Minimum Wages Act 1948, okay. So here it says the labor who is working or the employee, he will get the minimum, okay. So he won't be cheated or deprived of his money. Then Payment of Bonus Act, that is, suppose if you have made any extra work in the organization, this act says that you are receiving bonus for that, okay. So your government regulations or your rules play a vital role, okay. They affect your compensation policy. Then meaning of wages, okay, again it was asked for 2 marks in the previous year. So it is remuneration paid by the employer to the employees for rendering the service on daily, weekly, fortnightly. Fortnightly means 15 days, okay, or on hourly basis. That is, if you work for 8 hours, you will be given say 400 or 500 like that, okay. So wages, it is given on daily or weekly or hourly basis. Then next comes your salary. So salary, it is the remuneration paid by the employer. So for what? For rendering the services on monthly or annual basis. Now for lectures and all, we get what? Salary, okay. For bankers, they get salary, okay. Generally the laborers who are working, they will be receiving the wages on the daily basis. That is, once when they finish the work, maybe if they are working for 5 hours, 6 hours, at that time after the completion of their work, they are going to receive the wages, okay. Whereas we lectures, okay, suppose after a month, okay, that is we have to work for a month, after that we are going to receive our salary, okay. So I hope these things are clear to you people. If not, you can ask me, okay. So thank you, have a nice day.